I, Mishva, standing before you from grade 8 Genius School. My topic name is Embracing a Responsibility, a Journey into Environmental Ethics. The earth is ours, both wild and free. It thrives on love from you and me. With ethics strong, let's do our part to keep it safe and guard its heart. My aim and objectives: to promote awareness and educate about environmental issues and ethics, encourage responsibility for environmental impact and future generations, sustain biodiversity by advocating for ecosystem and species protection. So, today's topic would be covered anthropocentrism versus ecocentrism, deep ecology, biocentrism, sustainability, environmental justice, environmental acts, climate ethics, land ethics, and at last, technological ethics in environmental science. Introduction. Environmental ethics is the study of what is right and wrong when it comes to environmental ethics. It comes to a relationship with the environment. The topic helps us think about how we treat the earth and why it's important to take care of the earth. The planet is facing problems like pollution, climate change, and losing animals and plants. Environmental ethics is about asking what is right thing to do when it comes to nature and the environment. It makes us wonder what our responsibility is in protecting the earth, not just for us, but for future generations too. We need to think about how our actions like using too much plastic or wasting water can harm the planet. Rethinking our responsibility means finding ways to live in a way that helps not harm nature. It's about being kind to the earth and making sure it stays healthy for everyone now and in the future. Anthropocentrism. Anthropocentrism and ecocentrism are two ethical beliefs that differ from their point of view. Anthropocentrism, it means that the belief that the humans are the most important entity in the universe. If humans are existing, then other creatures exist for their uses and for their benefits. Ecocentrism, that belief that all living beings and ecosystems have inherent value and should be considered as the end in themselves. Ecocentrism takes a wider view than the anthropocentrism. Next. Sustainability. Sustainability is often described as having three dimensions, meeting today's need with compromising future generations. So, environmental, economic, and social are the three sustainability or principle of the sustainability, which is also known as the pillars of sustainability. Sustainability means using the resource carefully and giving them time to renew. Sustainability is the goal of people living on earth in harmony with nature for a long time. It based on that idea that everything we need for survival depends on the natural resources and the resources are finite. There are 5 environmental justice: distribution, recognition, participation, capability, and responsibility. So, these are the acts which was passed by the government during ancient period. The Clean Air Act, which was passed in 1970. The Clean Water Act, which was passed in 1972. The National Environmental Policy Act, which was passed in 1970. Toxic Substance Control Act, which was passed in 1976. Air Quality Act, which was passed in 1967. Oil Pollution Act, which was passed in 1990. FIFRA, it means Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, Rodenticide Act, which was passed in 1947. Wilderness Act, which was passed in 1964. Next. Back. Next. Air Pollution Act. Its main goal is to protect the public health by reducing air pollution and improve air quality across the country. The Act sets standards for pollutants like sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, and particulate matter. It empowers the Environmental Protection Agency to enforce this standard, helping to reduce health risks such as respiratory disease and protect the environment. The Act regulates the discharge of pollutants into US waters and sets water quality standard for surface waters such as rivers, lakes, and streams. The law also ensures that wastewater treatment plants meet necessary standards to protect both human health and aquatic ecosystems. Air Quality Act. It was the first major US federal law aimed at reducing air pollution. These acts set the stage for later, more comprehensive air quality regulations, such as the Air Clean Act of 1970. The Air Clean Act focused on setting air quality standards for key pollutants, including dust, smoke, sulfur dioxide, and required states to develop plans to improve air quality. It was an important early step in addressing air pollution and protecting public health. OPA, it means All Pollution Act. The law aimed to prevent and respond to oil spills in US water. It requires companies that handle oil to have plans in place for spill prevention and cleanup. The Act also provides funding for soil spill response and cleanup efforts, establishes liability for damages caused by spills. All pollution acts help to protect US coastlines, marine environments, and wildlife from the harmful effect of oil spills. Climate ethics. Climate change ethics is a field of study that explores the moral aspect of climate change. Climate change is often studied and addressed by scientists, economists, and policymakers. The two main ethical implications of climate change are related to its effect. The causes of effect of climate change are unrelated in time and space. Anthropogenic climate change is caused mainly by humans by burning fossil fuels. The primary beneficiaries of fossil fuels burning are developed countries, whereas the majority of climate impact will be felt by the developing world. Technological ethics in environmental science involves considering the environmental impact of technology and how to use it responsibly. Environmental impact, the effect of human activities on nature. Research ethics, integrity and responsibility in research. Anthropologism, attributing human traits and non-human entities. Corporate social responsibility, business is giving back to society. Geoengineering, deliberate intervention in Earth's system to address climate change. Sustainable technologies, renewable energy, energy that comes from nature, self-replenishing source such as solar, wind, hydropower, thermal energy, biomass, and biofuels. Composting, turning organic waste into nutrient-rich soil, reduces landfill waste and improves soil without harmful chemicals. Rainwater harvesting, collecting and storing rainwater for non-potable uses like irrigation helps conserve freshwater resources. Vertical farming, growing crops in stacked layer or controlled indoor environments reduces the land and water required for traditional agriculture, promoting more sustainable food production. So, this was my first question. What do you believe is the primary responsibility of individual regarding environmental protection? So, 76% told the reduce personal waste. Second. Second. So, my second question was, which of the following ethical frameworks do you think is most applicable to environmental issues? 67.3% told ecocentrism, nature-centered view. Next. What motivates you to act in an environmentally free manner? The 66.4% people told awareness of climate change. Which of the following do you think has the highest moral value in environmental ethics? 70.9% told ecosystem health. What is the biggest barrier to taking environmental action? 68.2% people told financial constraints. Sixth, if you had to choose, which would you prioritize? Economic growth or environmental protection? 65.5% people told that both. Seventh, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing global environmental corporation? 64.2 people told economic interest. How optimistic are you about the future of environmental protection efforts globally? 65.5% told somewhat optimistic. What do you think is the most effective way for governments to combat climate change? 64.2% told implementing stricter regulations. How do you define living sustainably? 67.4% told minimizing waste and consumption. These are my references. Conclusion. Environmental ethics is about understanding how we should take care of the earth and everything that live on it. It teaches us to think about how our actions like throwing trash or using too much of water can affect the planet. We need to make choices that protect nature, animal, and our future. Some people believe nature is important because it helps us, but others think that nature, animal, the planet have value on their own. Environmental ethics help us see that we should take care of the earth, use its resources carefully, and make sure we don't harm it. It's our job to protect the environment so everyone can enjoy it now and in future. Now, I will like to show one video.
I am the soil. I am in the hills and in the valleys, the farms, the orchards. Without me, humans could not exist. But you treat me like dirt. Do you realize that I am just a thin skin on this planet? And that I'm actually alive, full of organisms that grow your food? But I am broken, aching, overused, sick. Because of you. You have withered me away to less than half of what I used to be just over 100 years ago. Are you paying attention? I am turning to dust. So maybe you could treat me with a little more respect. I suppose you still want to eat, right?
The environment is where we all meet, where we all have a mutual interest. It is the one thing all of us share. Thank you.
Any question from the audience? From the judges?
which two steps you have taken to reduce the pollution or to save earth or an environment? From your side.
Using less water, don't use water unnecessarily, and reduce, reuse, recycle.
Okay, that is to reduce the pollution.
Yes.
To use, minimize the use of non-renewable resources is also a type of, saving of our environment.
Yes.
So, can you explain in one or two lines that which kind of things we can stop or can reduce to use the fuels or something like that?
Burning of fossil fuels,
Yes.
and throwing waste in marine life.
For all of you, I can expect that you all use bicycles in place of Activa and or vehicles.
Transportation vehicles. Yes.
So, ये आप सब कर सकते हो, करना compulsory. Use bicycles. When you go to the shop for bring milk or जो भी आपको parents बोलते हैं, पास में है तो use bicycles. Okay?